Started. We only have about 40 minutes to do this. So welcome everybody. This is just a monthly meeting and also will serve as a quarterly meeting for the museum. And we'll go back to quarterly events after June. But we just need to get through the Lone Star Festival because there's so much going on. So right off the bat, I need to apologize for not having a financial statement available because of what went on with PayPal and getting all these accounts and everything. It's been crazy. I've got 5 different accounts I have to go through and pull the reports off of each one and try to figure things out. And with me being out of pocket for the next few days, actually for 10 days, for the most part, I just don't have time to pull it together, but I will for the next meeting.
Is the news any better on this report than most of them?
Yes and no. We still have that $550 hold with PayPal, so that money will come to us probably in July, which will help pay bills. But in the meantime, no. I just sent out today the remaining invoices for people that owe, and we have about $1,100 coming in, which goes straight towards the hotel. But we're still shy of about $1,000 on the hotel. I've cut down the meeting space to help reduce the cost, but still we need to figure out where the money's coming in. We need more vendors basically, or a sponsor, one or the other, to help us. And since we're into that discussion of the Lone Star, we've got approximately 46, 47 authors participating in the world record event. So we're still roughly 80 people short to set the world record. We have about 45 for the vendors, and we need to get some more of those. Ticket sales for the banquet started, and we've only sold 4 tickets. We need to sell 40.
I totally forgot.
We need to sell 40 tickets for that.
Yeah.
And you have until May 1st to do that. And I'll send out a reminder next week to everybody as well. But they wanted that count in by May 6th. They requested it be 30 days prior. So that's a whole separate issue to work through. Let's see what else. So the gala and the reception are set up. We just need to make sure people buy their tickets. The sessions and the panels are set up. So we have a full day's worth. What I'm going to try to do with everybody is once I get your schedule for the world record reading, then I will set your panel session in the second half of the day or the opposite part of the day so that you're not away from your table for too long at one time. So an example, say like Becky, you read in the morning, then your session will be in the afternoon so that you're not away from your table, trying to sell books and stuff for too long.
Have I mentioned I'm a terrible oral reader?
That's
I don't do well.
Yeah, most all of us don't, to be honest. But I did send out a guide on how to do that. And I'm going to send that out again, probably around the 1st of May, just so everybody has something to refer to and stuff. I need to do it as well. Even though I love talking in public, that's different than reading from your book.
Right.
And so it's a bit of
my
more
tongue
of a
gets
challenge.
Tangled and I don't make sense. So
yeah.
So the people that are participating in the reading, are they attending the event or some of these online?
No, everybody has to attend.
Okay. Okay.
That's part of the requirement as of right now. Now, if I'm kind of starting to feel like we need to open it up to those who want to do Zoom. We're not going to be able to officially be under the Guinness World Records because we don't have that 16,000 to pay for that. But as far as still applying it to being a world record event or a Texas World Record event, we can alter that slightly from being whether strictly in-house or versus online. We are charging people $50 to be there to do it if they don't take a booth to help cover our expenses. So if we do it online, do we still charge them that or do we charge them less? Yeah, you think so?
You got it. I would still charge them something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're still going to get a certificate and all the benefit of the marketing
Yeah.
and the edit of the videos and stuff. So
And it wouldn't be fair to the people who made an attempt to be there if they could have stayed home and,
yeah,
and done that. So, yeah.
that does add in another layer of recording and stuff like that. Ms. Bryson, I do see your message. Thank you. But yeah, I just got to work through all that. And we need volunteers. So please, if you guys have anybody family-wise that is coming with you and can help us, please, 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 we need volunteers. Which brings up the other question. For the people who are just participating in the world record event, of course, they don't get a table to sell their books, but they still want to be able to sell their book. So I've been playing with the concept of having a separate bookstore as part of the event, which we need support staff
Why
for.
do they not want to save money?
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want to spend $250.
Well, if the other people did, why should they get preference?
I totally agree.
Preferential treatment. Yeah.
Okay, so you feel then no bookstore for them, even though we would get a percentage of the sales?
Well, I mean, if everyone else is having to pay for a table and they're participating in it, why are we paying for a table if we could just participate and still sell our books? I mean,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you, and
Yeah.
that's why I'm throwing it out here for y'all's response. So pretty
Yeah.
much you agree the same. You do the world record, you don't sell your book, period.
Right. They can be a part of that, but in order
Mhm.
to sell their books, they need to buy a table or go in
Yeah.
on a table. I mean, sometimes you let them go in on a table.
Yeah.
They could do
Okay.
that.
So then the next question is, do we want to offer just a single day table for those people? Instead of forcing them to be there for 2 days, they can choose to either be there for one day and still pay half the price.
You would probably sell a lot more if you did
Yeah.
that. And if you said you can only come for maybe Friday or you can only come for Saturday and we'll do it for half price. You probably, because you're going to get a lot more people that will come on that Saturday.
Yeah.
Right. Or make it where if they read in the morning, they get the afternoon table or whatever. But yeah, I think that would be reasonable. Just let them have one day.
Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So I'll put that out there. Hopefully that'll bring some money in. So, okay. All right. Let me take a look at the agenda real quick. So let me go through the credit card processing. Okay. So as you know, PayPal is still holding our money and we can't do anything. I opened a secondary PayPal, which they're being frustrating, but at least it's working. They put a 7-day hold on our funds instead of months on, but that's okay. That's just simply because it's a new system. So that's fine. We're not using it that much anyways. It's just there's a backup. So I opened Square and then they did their thing. So I haven't messed with Square at all. So I opened up Stripe and Stripe is working out really well. When the payment comes in, it's usually about 2 to 3 days and we get the money in our account. So that's much slower than PayPal, but at least we're still getting the money. So there's no issues there. And I also opened up another one called Pay Anywhere, which is National Bank Processing. And they're about the same, 2 to 3 days. So we have multiple accounts open to guide us through all of this, in case somebody decides to be an ass again. And we did open a bank account with Truist, so that all those cards and payments can go through that, which is what's happening at this point in time. So far, all of that's working out well, and that's where we're at. Hopefully, nobody's going to do anything to us, especially when it gets down to that day. But that's where that is. Okay. Any questions about that before I move on? No.
No, on Square, I set mine up where they hold it in their. It's kind of like you get a free banking account with them, and I can get a Square credit card or debit card and all that. But anyway, they keep the money in their account, so you don't have to switch it over to your
Right. I
account
have that
without-
debit card.
Yeah, yeah. So it's
How
a
does
nice
that
little,
help? How does
it's a little
that
piggy bank.
help, Becky?
I'm, s-
So, I'm sorry, because they sent me the thing, they asked me that I want to do that, but I'm trying, how does that really help you? Because they're just holding your money, I don't understand.
you
Right,
can
you have-
access it. Yeah,
Right. You access it immediately like you do with PayPal, using their debit card. Otherwise, you have to transfer it into your personal or business checking account, and that takes 2 to 3 days. So like PayPal, you have immediate access to the funds using their debit card.
but if you are trying to save up some money, it's a good way to leave it in their account. It's kind of like Venmo. You can just leave it over there without touching it, and you let it accumulate. And then when you need some money, you can take it out or use your debit account. So,
Yeah.
for me, who's not a very good, I don't save money very well. That's been good for me.
Okay.
All righty.
Becky, this is like from the sale of your books and stuff?
Yeah,
When you
whatever
do,
you wanted. Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Yeah. Mhm.
do you take your book expenses? What, when you have expenses, do you take the expense out of that account?
You could.
Yeah, you can. You can do whatever I mean, it's your money. You can do anything you want with
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's just a backup account. If,
Mhm.
something should happen, you know how PayPal is. They get a bug up their ass and you're screwed.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
All righty. You all right. We finished that out. We had some really good survey results. Pretty much everybody loved the book, loved the emails I was sending out. I'm sorry Carmen's not here because she participated in it. But the response was definitely really good. We only had 10 people participate. The only comment they gave was having some kind of Facebook group or a community group where they can interact with each other. And so we'll set that up for next year. The
You said
sponsor,
10 people or 2 people?
10, 10.
Good.
So hopefully we'll build that up and, continue to build upon that and stuff. But I will set up a community for next year so that there's more interaction. But they were really happy with the emails they got from us, which was about every 2 to 3 days. They would get an email with encouragement and inspiring them and stuff like that.
Were
So
most of these people that were not a part of us anyway, or these new people that we brought in?
yeah, they participated. They're not members, of course, but yeah, these are new people and stuff. So yeah. So hopefully when their book is done, they become a member,
Mhm.
hopefully. And of course that brings up the other issue, but before I go there, do you guys have any questions about Y'all Right or anything? No? Okay. So then the other item then, of course, is the membership. We really, really need to build our membership up. We're at 54, so we're not totally dead. It's kind of like we lose a couple, we gain a couple, but we really need to build it back up because that's the money that pays our bills, and allows us to do extra things. Getting the money coming in for Lone Star is paying the bills, and that's not where it should be going. It should be going strictly to Lone Star. So it's, kind of operating in a deficit there, staying alive, and then that. Last month I paid the hotel bill and I couldn't pay my car payment because of that. So I'm now 1 month behind on my car payment. I did pay it this month,
Oh, goodness.
but that's not good. I mean, we need those monthly or we need those memberships to come in and staggered throughout the year so that they pay our expenses and stuff. And ultimately,
Alan, have you ever thought about, a lot of people ask, what do you get when you get in the Texas office? And I always explain it to her and tell them, have you ever thought about doing a baby one half off month? I mean, like
I'm sorry, you broke
just
up there.
doing a little. I'm sorry.
You broke up.
Okay, I said, have you ever thought about doing a promotion where it's like buy 1 month, get 1 month free, but just to get them in, something like that, so they can see what they would get for that month, because a lot of people just don't know what they would get. I know
Yeah,
that maybe
that's something we can try out. Instead of buy 1 month, maybe buy 6 months, get 6 months free. Or we need to
How are
figure
you
something.
thinking? while
I'm
you
sorry.
think about that, I have a question.
Mhm.
So we have 54 members and we have 46 to 47 participating in the reading and 45 vendors. Are those the same? Are those people members?
Yes. Well, no, 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 no. I believe only about 10, maybe 15 are actual members.
Okay, so we need to make them members. That's a
Yes,
great opportunity for us. And
Right.
I'm like, Denise, we could offer them something, a special price because they
yes,
came to that there, and we could have some kind of welcoming something, maybe make a big deal out of them joining. Maybe let them
yes,
wear a little how we have the little lanyards, that I'm
Hmm.
a new member, or make a big deal out of that. And because that's what 35 people potential new members right there.
Yeah.
So
I was hoping that being at the event and talking to y'all and other
mhm,
members, that would encourage them to sign up and be a member.
uh,
but
But yeah, I
these are
mean,
35 people. They've paid to come as a vendor, right?
hmm.
Okay, they've already paid. So you just tell them, okay, you've already paid. We're gonna, your membership will renew. But may tell them they are already members or whatever, and then just tell them in 2 or 3 months, you already see what the benefit is. Like Becky was saying, make a big deal out of them. Let them, oh, you're a member now because they paid 250, and then just maybe you let them have their membership for half price or something next month, or maybe in June in August, because they already, if they paid 250, they obviously wanted to be there.
Yeah. Okay. Let me see what I can think of over the weekend, and I'll email you guys
yeah.
and see what you think. Okay. Um, in the last board meeting, I talked about Fast Guys Printing as possibly being a sponsor. They're working on their website, so everything's on hold. Um, so we'll see if anything comes out of that. And to bring you up to date, Becky, they're a printer out of the Dallas area that is print on demand.
Mhm,
And they wanted, we talked about them being a sponsor because it would be a Texas-based printer that
mhm.
we can refer Texas authors to and stuff. So last word, they're interested, but they need to get their website finished and set up before they do anything. So I send them kind reminders. Hey, I spoke to so-and-so and they love the idea, don't
Mhm.
don't forget about us. So we'll see. Okay. Promote reading promo. We had 5 people participate in that so far. But I'll keep running that to see what happens. Everybody loves the people that did sign up love the concept, having those things that they can put out there, promote the book, but also promote reading. So nothing new there. Um, Pretty much that. Oh, we got to do this. So Becky and, or excuse me, Denise and Denise, do you guys approve Becky being on the board for this year? Because we need to renew
Oh,
her,
yes,
yes,
I
and,
second. We vote
okay,
she begin. Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
okay. All righty. So gotta make sure that was done. So Becky, welcome back. You're part of the board again. All right, so that was done. Okay, so that's all of the old business. Anything that you have questions about or anything?
So I have a question on the banquet. Is that's the meal or the entire thing? What when you said we've sold 4 tickets
4 tickets for the banquet for the meal.
for okay, and that would be the whole thing, the where there's speaker and all of that.
Right. Hmm.
How many do we have to have to break even?
Well, we could do a minimum of 10 of each of the 3 meals, so 30. I've set it at 20, because that would be equivalent of 40 tickets to cover that
Mhm.
expense. And theoretically, you've got 45 people attending, you should be able to sell 40 tickets, and even more so with their spouses.
Uh-huh.
So
Is it Friday night or Saturday night?
Friday night's the reception, Saturday
Okay.
night's the dinner,
Okay.
reception and dinners.
Okay.
Okay.
So yes, I would definitely say offer the free table or the half price table or what, a table
Mhm.
on Saturdays so that they can hang over, just stay over and come to the banquet.
Yeah, be encouraged to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Anything else on that?
I'm about to send out my latest newsletter. So I'm going to push for this. Of course, the problem is I'm reaching out to readers and we're
Which is
needing to reach
fine right now.
authors. Yeah.
So actually, to that point,
Okay.
the tickets are now available online for readers to get their free tickets. Okay, to
Okay.
participate. So that helps us build that readers email list that we so desperately need to build. So it's
Okay.
on the website. You'll see right up there, free tickets. You
Okay.
can get that link and you can send it out to your people. Hey, I'm going to be at the Lone Star Festival. Come check me out during this panel or this discussion or
Mhm.
this, just come check out my books here and watch them do the world record event. And, here's your free link to the free tickets and stuff. So yeah, that's perfectly okay. And that I encourage that.
What else do I need to push though? For people who are, I mean, I have a lot of people who are authors who, subscribe to my newsletter. So what do I need to be pushing the most?
Okay, so what
Um,
I'm going to suggest, okay, Denise Montgomery has done this. So I'm going to ask her, and I think I did this last time, but Denise, you did the author spotlight article and you were thrilled with it, correct?
No, it was very nice.
Okay. So Becky, I would say do the survey and fill out the form so I can do yours. And then you can put that out there and say, look, this is one of the things that Texas Authors does.
Mhm.
Okay.
that one of the things, what?
What
Texas
I need
Authors
to,
Museum does for you, for Texas authors as being a member and stuff.
Uh-huh. Oh,
Okay.
okay.
And while we're talking about that, we did a raffle and we brought in $100 from the raffle tickets. No big deal, but
good.
$5 tickets.
Every bit helps.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, everybody's loving the author's spotlight article that they're getting and stuff. So,
Okay.
that's it. So, fill that out. I'll email you the link so you can do the form, and then I can
Okay.
turn that back to you probably by Monday, so that you could send it out and say, hey, this is one of the benefits that Texas Authors Museum does for Texas authors as paid member and stuff.
Okay. And I'm going to try to get them to come to the event.
Yes.
So I'm going to share all of that. I've done it before, but I'm going to re-push for it.
Becky, how often do you
I
send
got
out
a
your
question.
newsletter? I'm
Where
sorry, Denise.
uh lately I've been doing it every month because I'm a group of 12 other authors that we signed up for a year that we share each other's book. We give away a book free. And so every month
Good.
we highlight a different one. So I've been fairly regular. Sometimes it comes out on, last 2 days of the month, but hey, I technically meet it. But other than that, not monthly because I don't always have anything to share. So,
Mhm. That's nice.
yeah. But fairly often. I mean, several a year, you know.
That's more than I'm doing.
Yeah. I encourage you to do that. You get a
Yeah.
lot of loyalty, you get a lot of followers. I mean,
How do
they
you
really
find the
like that.
people to send it to?
Um, that is a good question. And I think I promised y'all before I'd send you these links, but Alan may be able to help us with that, give us some reader links. But
Mhm.
I sign up for these promos that there's a lot of different ones, but they do giveaways, like a basket of free books. And so you offer to donate a book to it. And then they send you the whole list of email people. So the people that signed up for it. And a lot of them won't ever look at you again, but a lot of them will. I've gotten a lot of very, very loyal people through those kind of deals.
Okay. So you
Yeah, and they
I
range
need
in
to just,
price. So,
okay. I need to find some author promos then. Is that what
Yes.
you,
Yes.
okay.
I'll try to remember to email you that or give it to Alan and he can send it to you or whatever.
Okay.
But yeah, I do that fairly often and anyway, it really helps.
and in tomorrow's newsletter, I think I touched upon that. So you may want to check that out. There may be something. I don't remember. Okay, so the last thing
Alan, I think Denise trying to say
Yeah,
something.
what was that?
I was thinking, are we at 501c3?
I'm sorry, I didn't.
She said, are we a 501c3?
No, we lost our 501c3 during the COVID issue. So we need to
Oh,
refile. So it costs roughly $500 to refile it.
okay. I was just thinking we could maybe do some donations. But I am going to have some products here to sell, and I'm going to donate some of the proceeds to Texas office. I am doing that.
Yeah. You still can because we're technically under the pending aspect, which is good for 18 months. So yeah, you can do that. We can still take donations based on that. So,
Okay. Well, I just thought maybe, have you ever thought about doing a promotion, say we can get 1,000 people to do a $10 annual donation, 1,000 do a $20. I mean, just something real simple that, we could maybe start gathering the donations and we could go back and refile for that as well. I do want to get our pending up to back to status. Just something like that, some simple, because sometimes you gotta go simple, and me making raise some money up, but simple versus very expensive stuff, because we're in a situation in the economy as well. So we gotta figure out that too. That's just my suggestion about something simple to do, and maybe we could do that on YouTube and do some kind of YouTube promotions or something like that, and be able to bring in get donors or something like that to be able, to do that because we can push it as literacy because that is something that we promote as Texas authors. We got the history part of it and things like that. We can begin to maybe use some of that stuff to our advantage to raise to get annual donors as well as members.
okay. I'll be honest with you, Denise, I didn't hear all of that simply because the sound wasn't really good. But if you want to email it to me, then that way I can follow up with
Yeah.
you on that.
Sounded real good, Denise, but we couldn't understand you. So I emailed, those sound like some good suggestions though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So the last thing on the list is the front porch reads. What we all thought about that, and keep in mind we only have 7 minutes left before they close us.
I love that. I even went to Cracker Barrel and took a picture of a rocking chair.
Becky, your place there on the coast, do you have a nice front porch?
Oh, yeah, gorgeous.
We can come down there and film you doing a reading to a group.
That's right.
What about
Yeah, I
you?
have a front porch. I just have a rocking chair.
We can find one. I think doing it on a beautiful front porch is a great way to make it feel that country home feeling. And having people sitting in the grass, either in chairs or on blankets or whatever, would be nice. I reached out to the Travis County judges to see if they'd be interested in trying it out here at the county courthouse and see what could happen. State of Texas won't let us do it there at the Capitol because there's too many rules and regulations and cost, of course. But I'm waiting to hear back, hopefully, from Travis County. I'm not going to do anything with this until June, but there were a few people that were interested based on the newsletter that I sent out that they'd like to participate in stuff. But this could definitely be something that a lot of people could do themselves. We don't have to necessarily be there, but it could be, every county basically could do something if they wanted to and stuff. And I think it would be a great way to promote reading as well as their local authors and stuff. So,
hey, if you want country, come to my house. I can put cows in the background. I mean, I live in the country.
Well, if you got a big porch,
that would be perfect. I have a children's book I could read with that in the back. That would be perfect.
There you go. We just need to arrange it. But again, not until after June, whether it be like it's sunrise or sunset, so it's not so hot, something like that. So,
why would the Capitol not let us do that?
The cost for one, and they have so many rules and restrictions on what you can do there at the Capitol that if we were more of a protest or a large group type thing,
We can
Then-
protest something.
Yeah. But just to be there, sitting on the porch, promoting books, there's too many rules and regulations involved in that. So,
I wonder if the George Bush Library would let us in College Station, because Barbara Bush was a huge reading, that was
Yes.
one of her things too.
yeah, and
I wonder if they would let us do it there.
it'd be worthwhile. And also the other Bush in Dallas.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm. The
Laura
one at
Bush.
SMU, yeah.
Yeah, we have 3 different presidential libraries here in Texas, or 4. 3 I know of. But yeah, those would be possibly
Mhm.
good places. So yeah, something for me to check out into as we get further past Lone Star.
Or a good historical place that we could go to. Any state park or any, historical, with an old log cabin with a porch. I mean, something
Mhm.
like that, But
Yeah.
yeah, like you
Yeah.
say, we got to get through Lone Star first.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we
Um,
can think about it.
okay. All right, so that's pretty much it for this meeting. Are there any questions, any comments? No? All right. Well,
No, Roger
somebody-
doesn't know it, but I'm going to volunteer him to do something.
Good. I'll put him to work easily. Our biggest thing is having several people do the world record event, making sure that authors are there, present, on time, so that we don't have gaps in this. Because it's like every 15 minutes, there's got to be an author ready to read. So we're gonna have 2
Mhm.
stations going.
I have a question. Do they have to already have a book, or could it be someone who is in the process of writing a book and trying to get feedback?
Well,
That's a
okay,
good
so that
question.
goes back to us being not part of the Guinness. If it was strictly Guinness, yes, it had to be a published book. But since we're not being able to do the Guinness, I would say if they've got a manuscript that's done and it's getting close to being published, I would say yes.
That might be a good way to get new
Mm.
people in, and they could get feedback on, what people think of their storyline or whatever. Maybe. I don't know. I just thought about that.
Okay. Something I'll add into the mix. Okay. All right. Anything else?
No.
Nope. All right. So who would like to motion to adjourn?
I
Oh,
will.
wait, I'm sorry, before you do that, do you guys want to meet next month? In May before the event, a couple weeks before, or do you want to just wait until the event to?
It's left
Are
up to
we
you.
still-
It's fine. Either way.
Are we still going to have a meeting at the event? We are, aren't we? Or
Yeah.
are we? Okay.
Yeah, we'll probably have one, yeah.
Okay.
I would imagine, don't you think we're going to have some stuff that we need to iron out at the last minute?
Probably.
Probably.
So, yeah.
All righty.
So
Okay.
we'll see you next month.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll send you a notice. All right, so who
All
wants
right.
to motion to end?
I'll motion again.
Okay, and Denise, you
I
second?
second the motion.
And everybody
Yes.
agrees, of course, so we're all done. Thank you very much for your time, y'all.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.